Launchers are a bit of a wild card in Call of Duty. On one hand, they're slow, they're clunky, but on the other hand, they can deal some insane damage in a really short period of time if you know how to use them, and they're super satisfying when you actually use them right. What is up, everybody? Chaos here. Today we're going to be going over and doing perhaps our most obnoxious list ever. I'm going to go through COD history. I'm going to rank my picks for the 10 best launchers ever put in multiplayer. Now, for this list, I'm going to consider launchers of all kinds, meaning we're looking at launchers you can spawn in with, as well as streaks, specialist weapons. Nothing is off the board here, so it's going to get pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Be sure to let me know what your favorite launcher in COD history is. Drop a like, and let's get into it. At number 10 today, the Strela P in Modern Warfare 2019. Now, the Modern Warfare subseries, it's had a lot of launchers over the years, many of which stood the test of time, but interestingly, Infinity Ward still managed to give us something completely new in 2019 in the form of the Strela P. It just rolls off the tongue. Now, compared to other launchers in COD history, this one behaved very uniquely, and it took a lot of getting used to. It was a free-fire launcher with no lock-on functions to speak of, but the projective speed was incredibly fast, and the explosive damage of it was strong. It would instantly kill an enemy if it touched, and most kill streaks only needed one shot to go down. You really had to put the time in to learn the Strela P's travel time and the projectile arc, but once you mastered it, it was pretty satisfying. The rocket was so fast that it was literally impossible to dive out of its path, and since it wasn't a lock-on weapon, enemy players piloting choppers or gunships wouldn't get the heads up that they were about to be smashed. It was a high learning curve weapon, but it was actually worth it. You know what else is worth it? Getting cash back. Make sure you guys use code CHAOS on anything at g2a.com. The link is at the top of the description. And now we move on to number 9. The XM25 in Modern Warfare 3. I call this one of the most unique launchers in COD history. It's a shoulder-mounted grenade launcher. It's largely overlooked, but it did have a fan club. Unlike most launchers that only zoomed in a short distance, the XM came equipped with this long-range scope and a distance marker. It actually allowed you to see the exact range you were engaging the enemy from. Plus, you could detonate the grenade in midair, so you could really put time into figuring out how it actually worked. You could lob high-speed grenade rounds at groups of enemies from a safe distance. You could laugh at them as they look around and try to figure out where they're getting shot from. In objective modes like Dom, Demolition, and Drop Zone, it was actually deceptively powerful. I think people slept on it. Most COD players don't take weapons like this into battle. I get it. But if you're going to take a launcher with you, you probably want it to be able to lock onto air support, like UAVs and choppers. It admittedly couldn't do that. But if you knew how to play to its strengths and take advantage of the unique attributes, you could actually wipe out entire enemy teams with never being noticed. At number 8, the Pila. The Pila in Modern Warfare 2019. Now, the Strela P may have been the most unique launcher in the game. The Pila was probably the most reliable. This launcher was both a free fire and a lock-on, and while the rocket did have a relatively slow travel time, it hit like a truck, or a missile, or, yeah. A free-fired Pila rocket was enough to kill an enemy around, running around on the ground, and a lock-on Pila shot could take down UAVs and personal radars with one hit. It also reloaded pretty quickly with the AMP perk, so you could fire rocket after rocket after rocket without much downtime. This is completely random. Do you remember in Fortnite when you could have like 36 rockets? Anyway, it made it a great choice for taking down larger kill streaks. Sometimes the best choice is the simplest, and if you ask me, the Pila was the best launcher in Modern Warfare 2019, and it kind of rolls off the tongue too. The Strela P, the Pila. At number 7, the Stinger, Modern Warfare 3. Was never meant to be a lethal weapon, so you may be shocked to know that it's on this list, but I'm going to stand by it. It was a launcher, but it could only lock onto enemy streaks, meaning it was virtually impossible to kill a player with it. So why do I put it on this list? Well, because it was really good at bringing down streaks. The lock-on time was fast, and a single rocket could bring down most of the airborne streaks in that game. Some of the stronger ones like helicopters, AC-130s, Pavlos, they would require 2 or 3 rockets to bring down, but the Stinger was a fantastic weapon to have in your back pocket if you were an objective player, or if you just like to keep the skies clear for your team. Now, there were a few cheesy ways to actually get kills with the Stinger, like targeting somebody's recon drone or their sentry turret while somebody was next to it, but 99% of the time, you were just using this thing to take down streaks, but it was really good at it. At number 6, the War Machine in Black Ops Cold War. Now, the War Machine is a fan favorite launcher that has appeared many times throughout the Black Ops franchise. It debuted in Black Ops 2 and has since returned in every subsequent game. In the Cold War appearance, it was nothing to sneeze at. This was a score streak, and it would allow you to whip out this giant grenade launcher that you could rapidly fire at your enemies for, let's be real, an instant fiery kill. This version of the War Machine was very similar to Black Ops 2, which was a bit more forgiving of the blast radius, but it was still a powerful choice. The War Machine was one of the most popular score streaks in the Black Ops Cold War game. I think it deserves to be here. If I didn't put it here, I think people would have been upset with me. At number 5, the Javelin in Modern Warfare 2. It debuted all the way back in COD 4, but we didn't actually take it into multiplayer until MW2. Now, given the sheer insanity of Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer landscape, something like the Javelin, it fit like a glove. I remember to this day all the absurd multi-kill clips people got with this thing. Wasteland, spawn in, shoot the Javelin. Now, unlike most launchers, it fired its rocket straight up into the air before it would come down and rain hellfire on a lock-on target and result in this massive explosion and instant death of anybody in the fireball. It was slow, it was clunky, and it was one of the most powerful weapons in the game for clearing out groups of enemies. It could even take out most kill streaks in a single hit. Then on top of all that, there was this weird glitch when getting killed with the Javelin equipped while holding a Simtex grenade, you could turn your dead body into a miniature nuke, which was the cause of many rage videos in the early days of COD on YouTube. Go search it. Now, some people don't like the Jab, due to the long rocket travel time and the awkward targeting. Those who mastered it, they knew its true power, and it wouldn't be on a list of great COD launchers without it. At number 4, we've worked all the way down to number 4, and we haven't talked about an RPG. It's time. The RPG in Warzone. It's a strange pick, but back in the early days of Warzone, the RPG, it haunted everybody's dreams, and it was arguably the best secondary weapon in the entire game. It was the classic RPG. Free fire launcher, shot one rocket out with this big blast radius, but no lock-on capabilities. But the original Warzone version was insane because of the accuracy and the damage. It was a laser beam. It followed this perfect straight line to its target, made it easy to snipe jeeps, trucks, anything. Plus, the way the damage worked, it was insane. The blast radius was gigantic, and if your vehicle was anywhere in that radius, it was an instant explosion. It didn't matter if the explosion just grazed the back bumper of your full-health Bessie truck, you were going to explode. The RPG was eventually nerfed, and it's pretty balanced now, all things considered, but the OG version of the Warzone RPG, it was something, and most of you remember it as meta. At number 3, Noob Tubes in Modern Warfare 2. You knew they were going to be here, you just didn't know where. Underbarrel grenade launchers. They were introduced to COD in the original Modern Warfare, but they were cranked up to 11 in the sequel. I don't know why. I mean, the attachment could be thrown on any assault rifle in the game and it instantly turned into a portable mini nuke, and if you were using Danger Close, well, you were a D-bag, and yeah, then you would be running one-man army, and yeah. Noob Tubes have been a hated aspect of COD ever since they were introduced, but they peaked in 2009. At number 2, one of my favorites. The Grim Reaper in Black Ops 1, the quad-barrel rocket launcher, and it's one of the rarest weapons in COD history, but it was also a game changer when you managed to get your hands on it. This launcher could only be obtained by getting extremely lucky with a care package or by playing gun game, and I still remember the hype I felt every time I got 4 kills. I called in that magic RNG box, and there was the Grim Reaper. This launcher had 4 rockets that could be blasted out one right after another, and it had a massive blast radius. It would instantly kill anybody who came in contact with it. Now, because of the rarity, you never saw it on the battlefield, but if we're talking raw power, it was easily one of the strongest in COD history. I wrestled with myself over whether it deserved to be number 1, but I think there was one launcher that beat it out. At number 1 today, the best launchers in COD history, it has to go to the War Machine in Black Ops 4. The War Machine is a staple of Black Ops history, and while it may be controversial as an opinion, I think the BO4 version is the best we've ever gotten. Specialist weapon, exclusive to battery, took some time to charge up. However, once you whipped it out, you were basically guaranteed at least 4 to 5 kills. It came loaded with 6 rounds. You could fire out very quickly. Insta-kill radius was huge. I mean, it was a freak of nature, instantly blasting enemies to pieces, and since Black Ops 4 had such a long time to kill, a weapon like this felt even more powerful. Most of the BO4 maps featured small corridors. You had heavily contested spots, meaning it was really easy to pull out the War Machine, take a couple shots, lob them in there, and kill the entire team. It was a monster. It was totally complemented by the map design and the time to kill in Black Ops 4. I personally think it was the best launcher in COD history. You can disagree if you want, but I'm going to stick with it. So let me know. Let me know one launcher that didn't get the praise and honor it should have, that should have been deserving to be on the list, and I'll put it on there next time. Maybe. We'll see. I hope you guys are enjoying the COD content. I hope you're enjoying the gaming news updates on the channel as well. We're getting into the holidays. Make sure you follow me over on Twitter. Lots of giveaways coming, and I'll see you guys soon.